Well, when I came home from my mission, Wayne and I were still butting heads, and I got offered to do an art show, and so one of the main pieces there was a wall that was like 6 feet by 20 feet of screen printed images of Wayne Michael Reich's face. And then they were on like bright neon paper, and then underneath each copy of his face had an actual quote from his blog called Art Bitch, and it's just like just the douchiest quotes ever, and it was really overwhelming. It made you sick if you looked at it, but he went to the art opening, and he brought a posse, and his friend turned to him and was like, you know, like, Wayne, like, what do you think of this? And he was like, this is so cool. he absolutely loved it, and he was actually the only person who bought any of the prints that night.
Did he buy the whole wall?
No. He just got, I think he got like 6 of them, and he finally got them framed in his own studio now. So
that was the turning point?
Yeah, and then he talked to me, and he was like, Ryan, this is like really good work, you know, like I'm really impressed with this. And then since then we've had a handful of times, less than 5 times, that we've like gone out and, you know, had lunch, right, and just talked. It's mostly him talking and me just being like, yeah.
Tables in the restaurant?
Oh yeah. No, we just meet at like a coffee shop or something. So, yeah, Wayne's a pretty rad guy. I've never hated him. It's just, you know, he's just,
right.
Yeah, just Wayne.
Wayne like that.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell them? We only have Ryan for the screening because you're going back for your big event tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow is the real Coachella. It's the 8th annual event, and it's huge this year. Tomorrow. We have M. Ward is playing, and we have Andrew Jemsick's new project called The Feisty Felines is doing an all Dead Milkmen cover set, and the Douglas Patton Experience, which is a side project of Father's Day. It's like a lounge act is playing, and I'm doing a tribute to Alanis Morissette in the style of Macy Gray, and there's going to be a dog show, and there's lots of really terrific things happening, and so I'm sad that I got to leave, but I'm excited that I'm going to be there. Yeah. So.
If I can interject one thing, it kind of seems like a good time. When the first time we screened in Vegas, Ryan was still on his mission, and everyone was like, "Wow." So he's just giving it up. He just threw it all away, huh? And we're like, well, I think he's still gonna be doing it when he gets back. It's, you know, as far as we know. Didn't you performed at the Trunk Space the day after you got?
Yeah,
back,
the day after I got back from my mission. That's where some of the footage is from. Is that performance? As soon as I got back, that's like all I wanted to do.
Because this is a new cut, right? This has a.
Yes.
Right. This is actually not what was premiered at Vegas. This is the first time it's screened, right? The new cut?
No.
It's been tinkered with so many times. There's been a couple things, but there's been a version very similar to this. I think there's just minor tweaks. Does
anybody have any questions?
Yeah, sure. I've kept like journals and diaries and gone back and looked at them and been really embarrassed and been like, oh, what was I thinking? And rip them up and throw them away. Do you feel like any of those feelings when you watch this movie? Is it weird to have a movie about something so recent in your life?
You know what? I guess.
Sounds like you should be embarrassed.
No. I get feelings like that. Not so much about this movie, but actually I get embarrassed about some of the things I say in this movie. But I think about I've been doing a lot of soul searching over the last couple of years about like who I used to be, mostly in the like grossest period of anyone's life, like 14 to 16, you're just a terrible human being, and so like just rediscovering what I was into and what I did, and just like accepting it wholeheartedly, and just, you know, I think that that's a good thing, and I wish that I had more documentation of that point in my life, you know, but I did the same thing, you know, like, I reached the age of, like, 18, and I was like, oh, all these old drawings and, you know, journal entries and songs are terrible, but they may be terrible, but terrible is a great thing sometimes, so.
Was it your idea to make this documentary, or did someone?
Oh, no.
There was I don't know if you recall, there was a shot where Ryan is sitting on a lazy boy recliner. He's reading the New Times magazine, and he's on the cover. I mean, looking back, it seems really crazy because I was living in Salt Lake at the time, and so was Paul, the other co-director, and another cousin of ours, that was the executive director, Michael Dana. He read this article, and it's a hilarious article. It just featured all the different projects that Ryan was involved with, and it really kind of spotlighted his humor. And our cousin, well, the three of us are all cousins. That's why the production company's called Just Be Cousins. But anyway, Michael read the article, sent it to Paul and I, and it was just a hilarious article. And we thought, crap, he's leaving in 2 weeks on his mission. We wish we would have known about it like years ago, so we could have been documenting this stuff. And we figured, well, we got to go down there and just shoot what we can. It'll probably just be the short films. I was teaching film production at the time, and I just loaded up a car with a bunch of gear, and we just drove down there and shot just a ridiculous amount of stuff. I mean, we would just show up, slap the camera up, and okay, we better just shoot something real quick so we have another interview to go to. And we shot a ton of stuff just in a very short period of time, and then luckily there was other VHS stuff, stuff that other people had shot of performances, and I think some of the stuff that we used in there was even from someone's camera phone. I mean, this is before camera phones were like pretty high tech. The Pink Nazi thing was this little teeny micro movie from a crappy little cell phone.
It was silent too. You couldn't record sound on cell phones back then.
So we had to kind of just rummage up with whatever we could get our hands on, whether it was still photos or crappy little cell phone movies, and managed to piece together a feature length. And I think if it wasn't for Wayne Michael Reich being the antagonist, I don't know that it would have. I don't know that it would have held together as nice. I think
as a feature.
Yeah, there's something about Wayne in there that helps push it along. I think. So everyone needs an antagonist.
Convincing them. I mean, I think like the family material is really good too. All the stuff with your dad.
Oh yeah, and it's Italian Greyhound that's on his lap. Yeah.
Well, what was the question?
I asked you about trouble convincing them.
Looking back on it, I mean, I'm surprised that they trusted us so much. I mean, they really did. I mean, Ryan and just everyone, they just seemed to trust us. I mean, because I don't know, not that my life warrants a documentary, but if someone wanted to shoot interviews with me, I'd be like, nah, I don't think so. And so I think that was pretty cool that his family was so giving in that way.
Honestly, I thought that it was going to be like a much smaller film, much lower budget, and kind of a joke. When I got an email from Paul that was like, hey, I read this article about you, and I want to make a film about you, and I replied back with, yeah, sure. And and I said, come over to my house like anytime this Saturday or something like that, and I had a girlfriend over to the house, and we were watching a movie, and then Paul and Steven show up with all this camera equipment, and I was like, hey, guys. Cool. Yeah, and they took us out to lunch, and then they were like, so seriously, this might be a big deal, and I was like, oh, cool.
What was extremely surreal from our standpoint, too, is we show up, and we're like, man, he's leaving in 2 weeks, we have to shoot all these interviews. And I think you had promised your girlfriend or the girl you were dating that hey, we're going to watch this Gidget movie.
Yeah.
So you can sit here, you can watch this Gidget movie with us, and then we can talk about doing an interview.
Oh, yeah, that was...
So Paul and I were kind of horrified. We're like looking at our watches going, this is a long movie. Anyway, so it all worked out somehow.
Yeah.
Did everybody else?
Can you talk about your girlfriend, but was she in the movie or no?
There's one shot of her. in at the farewell show, and she's filming with her camera phone. I'm married now. No. My wife's in the back. Her name's Sarah. She's adorable and mostly shy.
Did going on the mission sort of change the way you do your performance art anyway, or any subject matter? Or
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No. There's a lot of people that have asked me that, but I don't.
Are you glad that you chose to do the mission?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Where'd you go?
I went to Portland. Says that in the movie. And it was wonderful. I would do it all over again. But no, it didn't change anything. I don't think that it should, you know. I wasn't doing anything terrible. I mean, the only thing that I could think of that would be terrible would be to like outwardly speak against other churches or races or sexes or something, you know. That would be terrible, but I'm not doing that. I mean, except like mothers and children during Father's Day, but that's a joke.
Do you have tiers of ideas that you kind of stored up during your mission, or?
I did, yeah. I had a lot of ideas, and it felt really good to get them all out within the first couple of years of being back. But I still have ideas, and I'm still doing them. So.
I was at his performance when he got back from his mission, and I remember thinking to myself, wow, he seems like somehow more polished and focused, and you just seem more comfortable in front of a mic, and I don't know if that has anything to do other than 2 years went by.
Yeah, well, that performance was terrible, though. I
enjoyed it. I was there. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but yeah.
Did you not see the movie until you got home?
No, well, I saw a rough cut of the film halfway through my mission. Paul and Stephen came up and did a couple more interviews with me, and they showed me the rough cut, and it was really cool and weird and terrifying, and I felt really critical of them and of the movie, sort of like you guys shouldn't be displaying me this way, you should change the story, this isn't quite accurate, you know, like this isn't really how things happen, so you should change this. But then the more time that passes, I feel more comfortable with it, and I just feel more excited about it, because it's like, it's just this terrific document of this particular part in my life that was amazing, and also from a Phoenician standpoint, it's like a terrific document of what was going on in the art community at the time too. I mean, all the best artists are in the film, so.
Including Wayne.
Including Wayne. Yeah, he's really good.
So what are you working on now?
Right now I got a new project called Drunk and Horny, and it's sort of an old, vaudeville type of act. I don't know. It's just fun and dirty and clean. I'll tell you this, and this is a realization I came to recently that I really love/hate about it is every time we've performed, everyone has enjoyed it a lot, and that makes me feel very strange. Because that means that even idiots can enjoy it, and that makes me feel almost like it's cheapening the art, or it's Andy Kaufman's Elvis impression. Everyone wanted to see him do that because it's so perfect, it's so wholesome, and everyone can enjoy it. And then by the end of his career, he was sort of like, I hate doing the Elvis impression, but I don't hate doing Drunk and Horny. I think it's terrific, and everything about it is enjoyable to pretty much everyone, even my parents, excluding the terrible name. But yeah, so I got that going on. Father's Day is still going strong, and we're touring in August, And
Douglas Patton experience.
the Douglas Patton experience, that's more of a minor thing. Douglas Patton experience is good. I'm still doing Hi, My Name is Ryan performances, and every full moon, meaning like every 6 to 9 months, Nightwolf comes back. And actually, this next month we're redoing our tribute to Danzig, which is something we did back in 2009 that got rave reviews. But that's pretty much it right now.
Well, thanks for taking time to come out here and
Oh.
do this with us.